Okay, hi everybody. So I'm going to take this from very much as a consumer individual point of view, as opposed to more of a business point of view. But basically, the trend of plastic waste and zero waste is increasing. It is no longer like a phase, it is actually a linear trend. And we can see this here about how the tweets of plastic waste are growing, the general Google search trend has been increasing, and also legislations and policies on bans on plastics and styrofoam and other single-use plastics have also been increasing. And these are because of the impacts that plastic pollution has, not just plastic, but plastic pollution in general. And many of us are aware of the ecological impacts. We all know the horror stories of turtles and all of that, but it also has health impacts, social impacts, and economic impacts, which can definitely impact a country in terms of tourism and all of that. So this ties in nicely with the previous circular design in that the zero waste movement aims to move from this linear economy towards a more circular economy where no trash ends up in landfill. So that's the main aim of the zero waste movement. So there you go. No trash ends into landfill, and these are the main points of the zero waste movement. The main thing is that we want to add value back into our lives. So kind of just go back into the olden days where there wasn't single-use plastics and stuff. So if you have your water bottle over there, you have more value attached to it than you do a disposable bottle. Like you're not going to go throw it away in a bin, for example. But also on a bigger scale as well. So it's also tied in very well to minimalism and all of that as well. And this is how people have been following and doing a zero waste lifestyle, is by following the 5 R's. So we all know the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle. Those are gone, those are done, those are not happening. The main one is refuse. So it's very important to try follow these 5 R's in this order with a lot of focus on refusing what you don't need. You can just say no to the straw, no to the plastic bag, no to whatever else it may be, even if it's like freebies at conferences, all of that. Just say no if you don't need it. Reducing what you do need, reusing by using reusables if you have to have it, and then recycling and composting the rest. Okay, so some examples. I'm only going to focus on a few little ones because they are basically alternatives to almost everything these days. So I'm going to focus on the 4 main ones, which are plastic bags, coffee cups. Coffee cups do have plastic in them. This is what it looks like after we took it out of the beach at a beach cleanup. Straws and plastic bottles. So people have really been latching onto these 4 specifically, and they have now gone away with those and are replacing them with reusable alternatives like this. And it's very important also to notice that these are attractive items, so this is why it's becoming such a trend, especially on Instagram, Facebook, all of that, because it looks good, and people want the followers, they want everything, so they're going to make it look good. Also it's just very important not to fall into this trap of more consumerism. So a lot of zero waste bloggers are actually advocating we're going to buy more and more eco coffee cups and all of that. But zero waste is not about more consumerism, it's about less. So it's just very important to not suddenly look in your cupboard and you've got 10 new eco coffee cups of different colors. You need one is good, one is fine. So this is just what this is. This is just showing you, you're going to use it up first, you're going to make it do. This is using probably a peanut butter jar or something, and now they're using it to store popcorn. So a lot of people as well, when they go into zero waste, they're like, I got to buy all these cool fancy jars, and they go off to Consol and buy jars. You have jars. You buy peanut butter, you buy jam, just use it. So these are some other examples that people have done. So we've got some zero waste swaps in the corner there. This is a plastic-free bathroom situation. But zero waste is also a lot about making your own stuff. There's a lot of DIY. It's so much cheaper for the consumer as an individual. There's a lot of health benefits and stuff. So the ones I've made in red is DIY lotion, tooth powder, so you don't use the toothpaste anymore, and making your own milk, like plant-based milk. It takes 2 seconds, and it's so cheap. And you have variety, oat milk, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. Then there's also using McDonald's, we went and we got McFlurries and McDonald's stuff, all of that, whatever. Then at the bottom, you have an example of all of it. So you've got refusing plastics, where you have the veggies and you've said, I'm not going to take a bag. You've got reducing, so you can see the spinach is still in a bag because we couldn't get that and you need it, so you're reducing the amount of plastic. Then you've got reusing, so there's a bunch of jars there full of nuts and things like that, and then there's tin cans where we couldn't. So yeah, you just make a plan. Then it also includes stuff like fashion, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to go and support this eco-fashion brand. Instead, you're going to go to a second-hand market of second-hand clothing, and you're closing the loop, as you said, so you're not feeding into more consumerism. You are just diverting it away from landfill. So these are going to go to landfill. I'm going to like take these if I really need clothing or repair it, etc., etc. So these are some local examples of places that have popped up over the last few years, which weren't around when I started doing all of this. We've got Nude Foods, Sharp Zero, and Waste Free Living in Glencairn, all 100% plastic-free, zero-waste stores. Then we also have more people shifting towards organic, plastic-free markets like Oranjezicht and other ones. Faithful to Nature is a local online company that sells a whole bunch of eco stuff, and they were also the first people to put 100% plastic-free filter on their online shopping page. And then we have Lush, not a local company, but they are like crazy ahead of like what's going on in terms of package-free and naked products, as they call them. They were the first in the world to release like 100% package-free skincare range. And then there's just some global examples of other companies that are labeling themselves as zero waste. They're not perfect, they're not there, but they're getting there and they're trying. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the time.
No.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Thank you for those very interesting and practical examples.